Hey guys, welcome back to Flat Creek Outdoors. I'm Phil, and today we're in the woods. I took down a couple standing dead trees a few days ago. I didn't video it, but one of them got hung up here, and I was thinking that maybe with some wind or whatnot it would have come down, but it hasn't. So and it's tangled up pretty good. I don't think it's going to, so we're gonna take it down. But really, this is kind of another episode of bad tree felling at Flat Creek Outdoors. I've done a few of these where, you know, kind of demonstrate that I don't really know what I'm doing. I try to stay safe all the time, but things don't always go according to plan, and we end up with situations like this where we've got a tree that is hung up in the maple tree way up there. I actually, before I turned the camera on, I tried to nudge it off of the stump with the tractor, but it still wasn't going. So I need to take some more material off down there. Then I think I can nudge it with the tractor or hook a chain up to it, or a combination of those two things, and get this thing out of here. And then we'll drag it out in the field, because we've got a pretty good slope here too. So we'll drag it out in the field and we'll buck it up out there, and then we can turn this thing into firewood. I've got another one down just over that way. We'll work on that one next, but this will be, I think, the more difficult one. So let's get started with it. Alright, I'm on a pretty good route here now, and I'm going to try to get a little bit closer and see if I can't lift it up with a 3-point and then get that way. Couple nice little oak trees here, so I want to do some splitting today, and that's what we'll get working on next. I've got about 16, 18 rounds, I forget, on the ground right now. I'm gonna go ahead and split those. I've got about 13 other things I need to do on the farm today besides firewood work, but if I get this split, that'll at least make me feel like I've accomplished something for the day. I did switch over on the splitter to the 4-way wedge. I like the product that I get with the 4-way wedge a little bit better, even though it is not as productive as the 6-way wedge. But since I do so much bundle wood, I get a lot of nice square splits. Here's an example off of that 4-way wedge, because you can really control how it splits, where you get a lot more triangles and wedges with the 6-way. So a lot of what's on the pile over there was all 6-way stuff. A lot of what is still on the ground on the other side of this was all split with 6-way, but I want to mix it up. So for the next 2 or 3 times that I split, I'm going to do it all with 4-way wedge and get that kind of stuff on here. If you missed my last video, I did share with you guys kind of a little epiphany that I had on the firewood here, is that any of the stuff that is going to be sold this year, which this standing dead oak that I just cut, it will be included in that. I'm just throwing it on the pile now. I realized I was spending way too much time stacking wood, so I'm not going to stack anymore. But the green wood that I have over here, which is this stack over here, and I've still got a number of oak trees down around the property that will get added to this. That stuff won't be sold until 2024, so I will go ahead and stack that so it gets good airflow and it dries real nice and it looks nice, when it's just sitting here for the next year plus. But all this stuff is pretty much dry and ready to go. Much of this is dry and ready to go, so I am starting to pick from this as I'm selling some wood. And like I said, I'm just going to keep mounting this up. I've got enough room over here that we can come out towards the tractor and really mount this up, and that'll be our inventory for this upcoming season. All right, 16 rounds. My clock says 11:03. By the time I get this started and everything, it might be closer to 11:05, but we'll see how long 16 rounds takes with the 4-way wedge. All right, guys. I've got 11:19. It was actually 11:17 when I first stopped, but I had to get the camera and shut the machine off, all that. Anyway, less than 20 minutes to get through those 16 rounds, which if you think about it, about a round per minute seems a little slow, but you've got to account for, one, I was using the 4-way wedge, so yes, it's a little bit slower. And then also I had to reload the machine myself. And as I could, I was trying to keep up and throw some wood off. And occasionally the machine was waiting for me to reload. So there's definitely some inefficiency working by myself. But as I said in the beginning, now I feel like I've accomplished something. I've got a little bit of fresh wood on the ground. I've got a bunch of it that I kind of threw up on top of the pile and some over there. So I did something today. Now I've got to move on to a few other things, and I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks for watching today, guys. I appreciate you. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye-bye.